Hi everyone, I've been getting a lot of questions about this incident at San Diego Comic-Con. As it turns out, Jimmy Kimmel sent a photographer to the Comic-Con, and this occurred.
Dylan from Valencia, have you ever had sex wearing a costume?
One emphatic no, and a smattering of other no's. So let's hear.
Yes. What were you wearing?
This.
He was wearing that. Oh, it was about an hour ago. He was alone. They say you haven't lived until you've made it with a clown.
The problem with this is that it's disrespectful, it's demeaning, it's inappropriate, and it's very creepy. To send a photographer to a Comic-Con to ask cosplayers whether or not they have sex in their costumes is very inappropriate. It implies that cosplayers are deviants. Bear in mind, they're only showing you the cosplayers that actually played along. They're not showing you anyone who didn't want to answer the question or who might have been offended, because that wouldn't have been funny at all. And if you're wondering what the future damage of something like this is, when a show this popular does something like this about the cosplay community, it only encourages other photographers at conventions to ask similar questions in the name of comedy. On top of this, it also implies that it is okay for a live studio audience to speculate whether or not someone has sex in their costume. It's nerd shaming, it's inappropriate, and it's not funny. And you may cite comedic license, but for something to be comedy, it has to be funny in the first place. A painting, however, can be terrible, it can be great, but it's still a painting. But if it's comedy, and it's not funny, it ceases to be comedy. And in this case, this just comes off as bullying. It's not appropriate, I don't think it's funny, and no one should really have to put up with it. And if someone, a complete stranger, an unknown person with a camera, asked these exact same questions, you would be offended. I've been reporting on nerd culture for 8 years now, and I've never seen a community that is more tight-knit, more positive, more respectful, and has this level of talent. So when people are disrespectful of that, it's upsetting. If anyone, whether they're famous or not, asks you a question on camera that you feel is inappropriate, walk away from the interview, say nothing, tell your friends, and then never watch their show again. Thanks for listening.